In this video, I'll show you the exact blueprint I'll recommend to anyone starting from scratch. The blueprint contains 4 main points. The first one is, which Arabic should I learn? The second one is, how should I approach the Quran if my goal is to understand it? The third one is, how do I learn Arabic in the right order without getting lost or discouraged? And the last one is, how do I keep improving without forgetting what I've learned? The first question every beginner asks is, should I learn modern standard Arabic or should I start with a dialect like Egyptian, Levantine, Moroccan, or something else? One of the common mistakes new learners make is choosing to learn a specific dialect. Not only that, but they jump straight into speaking. If you do that, you might impress non-Arabic speakers. But native Arabs will notice the mistakes immediately. If you speak to a man using feminine words, or you speak to a woman using masculine words, or if you address a group of people as if they were one person, or if your pronunciation is wrong, the conversation is going to be a little awkward. For example, the word qalb means heart. If you can't pronounce the qa and you say kalb, you've just changed the meaning to dog. One tiny pronunciation mistake changes completely the meaning of the word. Imagine telling someone, I appreciate it from the bottom of my dog. So, the correct way to learn Arabic is to start with modern standard Arabic. Even if your goal is to learn a dialect of a specific Arab country, you should first learn modern standard Arabic. At the very least, learn the basics and understand the mechanism of the language. Once you've built that foundation, learning a dialect becomes much easier. Another advantage of modern standard Arabic is that it's understood all across the Arab world. That's not always the case with dialects. For example, if you learn the Saudi dialect and then travel to Morocco, people will probably understand you. But when they reply with the Moroccan dialect, you might struggle to understand them. Modern Standard Arabic gives you a common ground no matter which Arab country you visit. Finally, if your goal is to read and memorize the Quran, then learning Modern Standard Arabic is essential. Which brings us to the next point, understanding the Quran. If you're learning Arabic to understand the Quran, that's an amazing goal. But here's something a lot of people don't realize. Learning Arabic alone isn't enough. You could become fluent in Arabic and still misunderstand verses if you read them without tafsir. The Quran wasn't revealed like an ordinary book. Some verses were revealed because of specific events. Some words have different meanings depending on the context. And some verses explain or are explained by other verses. That's why Muslims have studied tafsir for over 1400 years. For example, if you read Surah Al-Fil without tafsir, you'll know that Allah destroyed the people of the elephant. But who were they? Why they were attacking Mecca? Who was Abraha? And why this story is significant? The verses themselves don't explain all of that. Tafsir does. You should learn the Quran and tafsir in Arabic, not through English translations. That's because Arabic is an incredibly precise language, and a lot of that precision gets lost in translation. For example, let's take the pronoun you. In English, whenever you're talking to someone or even a group of people, you always use the pronoun you. But in Arabic, it depends on who you're talking to. If you're talking to one man, you say anta. One woman, you say anti. Two people, you say antuma. A group of men or a mixed group, antum. A group of women, antunna. That's just one small example of how much precision gets lost in translation. Finally, I highly recommend learning the Quran and tafsir from a qualified Salafi sheikh. Don't just learn from random people on the internet. Learn from someone who teaches according to the Quran and authentic Sunnah with the understanding of the Salaf. The worst thing that can happen isn't struggling with Arabic, it's being misguided in your religion. Start by learning the Arabic letters. How they sound, how they look at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of a word. Think of it like this. First you learn to stand, then you learn to walk, and then you learn to run. Learning Arabic works exactly the same way. You need to master what you've learned before moving on to the next thing. Believe it or not, this is actually the fastest way to learn Arabic properly. If you try to rush through everything, you will leave gaps in your knowledge and skip important concepts. Sooner or later, those gaps will catch up with you. Eventually, you will have to go all the way back and relearn what you skipped, wasting a lot of time going back and forth instead of learning it properly the first time. Now, if you want a legitimate shortcut, this is probably the closest thing you will find. Get a tutor. Having someone guide you through the learning process, correct your mistakes, and answer your questions will help you save a ridiculous amount of time compared to trying to figure everything out on your own. Personally, I recommend Preply. It's where you can find Arabic tutors from different countries or any language you want to learn. You can compare their profiles, read their reviews, and choose the one that fits your learning style and budget. Go ahead and pause the video. Don't worry, I'll be waiting for you. Sign up for Preply using my affiliate link in the description. You'll get 50% off your first trial lesson, and you'll be supporting the channel at the same time. I would really appreciate it. And while you're down there, hit the like button and subscribe for more useful videos. Practice after every lesson and do some exercises before moving on to the next lesson. Then start consuming Arabic based on your level. If you're a beginner who has just learned to read simple words, search for simple vocabulary topics like fruits in Arabic, animals in Arabic, colors, or family members. Once you're a little more advanced, you can use AI to generate practice material. For example, you can ask it to write a short paragraph or a simple story using vocabulary that's appropriate for your level. That way, you can practice reading while trying to understand what you're reading. You can even ask it to quiz you afterwards by generating comprehension questions or vocabulary exercises. Just keep in mind that AI isn't perfect and it can sometimes make mistakes. That's another reason why learning with a tutor is more effective. If you stay consistent, you'll build a strong vocabulary over time. The more familiar it becomes, the easier it gets. And that's the blueprint of making fast, real progress. Thank you, and I hope it's clear for you now.